爱了这头像。
Guys, come here. Welcome back to Langrisser and news from the future. So right on part 2 of this video, we'll be featuring this character, Tatalia. So yep, she's definitely cute, energetic, and pretty, but yep, kind of my type. But yeah, well, she do not have opie. Yep. So right, before we carry on, a very great thanks to information shared and provided by the Langrisser mobile app, Mong Hong Wei Tan. So you, and here we go. Sorry, before we actually go in depth about before we actually go talk about her skills, which watch to the end, I'll did translations for her talent, skills, and 3C. We'll be going through a little bit about her backstory, and about the same time we'll be looking through her art. Yep, nice high heels with jewels, gems. I mean, I always keep me wondering how they get all these jewels and gems as their equipment. It's just, and again, in symmetrical stockings or socks she's wearing. Oh gosh, but yep, nice tight. Right, okay, she may look like your cute immortal, aka your cute sister in everyday life. However, backstories about her is that she's apparently she's actually kind of an experimental made subject that was made through sinister plans. She's kind of codenamed the Seed of Despair, made by this evil group known as the Eternal Gardens, whom originally in the story, the side story, their intention is this group of evil nobles who have plans to first overthrow the rule and defeat King Liobeg, and then dominate the world of the continent of Gay Pies. Before they actually succeed or release subject Seed of Despair, they got destroyed by Liobeg and his ADs or allies, whichever he's gonna call it. So okay, but though despite being a subject who is planned to be evil and a weapon of destructions, well, Tatalia herself is a miracle that she did not actually give in to the darkness within. She, deep in her heart, she did not abandon the light within. Well, usually that's how the story goes. And she hoped that one day she will be able to bring light to others. And this swamp place like Ranchi, or when they say swamp place, kind of like described as a place of darkness, like Ranchi will be blossom with hope and light in the future one day, and she's trying her best to bring that to the land, even despite she is actually born from the darkest abyss of Ranchi. I'm not sure how the global version is going to call that place, but that's actually the third country or continent, the third arc that our heroes actually goes by. And last but not least, surprisingly, being the Seed of Despair, Tatalia is the current characters introduced so far, or might be the second character introduced so far after Ares, whom can actually control or has the ability to not get, what was the word? Oh gosh, give me a moment. To not get brainwashed, I guess, or get taken over by the power of chaos. In fact, she has ability to not purify. Thus far, they have been saying she has great immunity, or just pure immunity against the power of chaos. And secondly, she's able to absorb the power of chaos into her body without any negative consequences thus far. So that's cool. So that's pretty much explained that she's a stronger character. Um, as a side character, she's very strong compared to our male characters and main characters that have introduced through the arc. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Sadly, she is being introduced as a side character thus far. So okay, I'm not sure how they will integrate or introduce her into the main storyline, or they do not have the intention. We shall see. So alright, we are finally moving to recommend the character skills and talent. So alright, on this video we'll be only going through the talent, exclusive skills, and 3C only, and only on the demo play we will be going through all the skills that has been given to her. So yep, and one last thing before officially start, is that yep, she's definitely a must get. In case you guys are gonna be asking, is she great, awesome, bad? I'm gonna tell you, she's definitely a must get to rank 6 for your Apex PvP. She's a great counter to Rose and Seal because she has debuff ability that cannot be immune or negate, and it can actually kind of like spread like virus, and she is a strong assassin. And alright, with that we end with all the introductions, and now we're finally getting started. So yep, Tatalia from the faction Darkness, Meteor, and Mythical Realm. So I'm gonna presume the next incoming 3C faction buffer is either gonna be Meteor or Mythical Realm, though I personally, just a speculation, is gonna be Meteor. Because this banner both characters are of the Meteor factions. So right, her talent is known as Evil Arresting Dark Claw. The effect are as follow. When entering battle, increase attack and crit chance by 20%, or crit rate by 20%, and after battle deal 2 times fixed damage, physical attack, 2 times fixed damage based on her physical attack to the target and enemies standing at one slanted block around the target, which is 45 degrees. So instead of up, down, left, right, it's going to be top left, top right, bottom left, and bottom right. So finally something new and unique in terms of skills. Then followed by apply 1 random debuff to the enemies you damage. And at the end of the turn, you can cast and apply a debuff on 1 enemy on the field. This debuff is known as Evil Thought Detection. So this debuff effect are as follow. Apply 3 random debuff. When you apply skills on allies, this effect cannot be immune nor dispel, lasts for 3 turns, and will enter a CD of 3 turns after you use these skills. So okay, this character has a longer CD of talent compared to other hero at rank 6. Most hero as of current meta has only CD of 2, but Tatalia has a CD of 3. Okay, not gonna blame that because it's very strong. So as you can hear, her talent, the 4th talent about the evil thoughts detection. So you can get to choose a target, apply 3 random debuff when they cast skills on allies. So you're gonna, and this is why she's a great counter towards Rose and Seal. So you're going to be casting these skills on Rose and Seal. So if Rose and Seal trying to buff the allies, so at rank 6, Rose and Seal's max is going to, on turn 1, she'll be able to cast 5 crystal protections on her allies. But with Tatalia interfering, you'll be only left with 2 crystal protections if you intend to stand around your allies, and casting this buff. So this is why she's a great counter against Rose and Seals, because this effect cannot be immune nor dispel. So it's very irritating. And it's not just Rose and Seal. If you are not choosing Rose and Seal and choose other healer instead, it's gonna get even worse. So yep. So right, let's repeat again. Number 1, when entering battle, increase attack and crit by 20%. Number 2, after battle, deal 2 times fixed damage, physical attack to target and enemies standing around the target, 1 slanted block, 45 degrees around it. Number 3, apply 1 random debuff to the enemy's damage. Number 4, at the end of a turn, you can cast and apply a debuff on 1 enemy on the field, known as Evil Thoughts Detections. The effect is follow. Apply 3 random debuff when you cast skills on allies. And second, this effect cannot be immune nor dispel. And third, this effect will last for 3 turns and will enter a cooldown of 3 turns after you use this skill. So basically, it is a free loop. There is no CD in between, so it's very strong. So it's definitely a must get for this character. Not to mention she's a assassin. She basically just do her own self preset of what she need to do before she tried to go into battle. So how crazy is that? So right, watch to the end for the translations I have done for you guys, in case I forgot to mention earlier on. So right, I mean, you can, you basically just tell on before entering battle, you increase your attack and crit chance by 20%, and that's a lot. Then not to mention, after battle, you will get a deal of fixed damage, though you though it can be immune if you bring items like bracers, and the fixed damage deal is 2 times. That's definitely a lot. Then after battle, even if the enemies survive, you will provide a random debuff to them. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, moving to her first exclusive skill 1, which is start from your initial class or path. So right, this skill is known as malicious cracking. So it's a 2C skills with a CD of 2 and the range is 2. The type is single target physical damage skills. So yep. Okay. It's a very straightforward skills. I like it, and the skill as follow. Deal 1.4 times damage to target enemy, and you ignore guard when using these skills, and you will steal a buff from target after battle. So yeah, it's just that straightforward. Though I'm not sure if you will be able to steal a buff from the target after battle, because there's a high chance that the enemy should have died after being attacked by you. So right, let's repeat again. Number 1, deal 1.4 times damage to target. Number 2, ignore guard for this attack. And 3, steal buff from target after battle. So yep. And this has been the highest, I gotta say, this has been the highest attack damage from assassin skills so far that I can remember. All for 2C skills, 1.4 times. The other is usually 1.1 to 1.2. Not to mention that she has self-inbuilt increased attack when you go into battle, so there's a high chance that you will be able to kill off the target you want other than tank. And since this skills ignore guard, you definitely gonna go for their core damage members instead of tankers. So yeah, this is pretty cool. But unlike Neem, she only have 2 exclusive skills. So yep, 90% love for Neem and 10% for Tatalia. Alright, okay, the second skills for her first class path as an assassin is known as Breaking Evil Theorem or Evil Breaking Theorem. Okay, this is aggregate skill that's pretty sick, okay? Not to mention it's a 1C skill, though the CD is 4 as you can see here. The range is targeting herself, and the type is full map aggregate skill, so the effect as follows. Okay, cause enemy on the field with evil thoughts detections, which is the one for her talent, and its ally standing 1 ring or circle around it and gain 2 random debuff. So what this effect means is that, for example, your enemy is Rose and Seals, and she has allies standing around it. So you will be casting this skills when using will be targeting the enemy that has evil thought detection. So the enemy and allies who are standing 1 ring or 1 circle around the target, they will get 2 random debuff for just standing around it. So this is basically like if you're targeting Rosa and Seals, they'll just straight away break off all 5 crystal protection straight away. So okay, this is a very great synergy with Tatalia, and to break off this is basically just a great counter against Rose and Seals. So yeah. Then followed by, after using these skills, you can act again, move 3 blocks, and attack again. And when you act again, buff you had will not be reduced. This is very straightforward. But okay, the only things to take note is that you can only use this. It's best used when enemy have you can only be targeted for enemy with evil thoughts detections. But other than that, you still can act again based on how it states, because it has a full stop and just says after using these skills you can act again. So yeah, of course only during the demo play we'll be finding out if we can cast act again when we do not have and if enemies on the field do not have evil thought detections, because you need to find out if you need to keep weak enemies alive for the skills to happen. If you do not need that, this is very sick. So right, let's repeat again. Number 1, cause enemy on the field with evil thought detection and ally standing 1 ring or circle around it to gain 2 random debuff. Number 2, after using these skills, you can act again, move 3 blocks, and attack again. Number 3, when you act again, buff you had will not be reduced. So it's pretty short, sweet, and easy to understand for Tatalia. It's not very long, it's not wordy. I like characters like such characters. So the rest is repeated skills, is more or less assassin skills. So coming to 3C is known as Evil Thoughts Devouring. The CD of skill is 3, the range is 3, and the type is single targeting. So yep, it has both passive and active skills. So we'll be going through on the passive first. So when you initiate battle, you'll survive a death blow once per battle. So okay, if you die in this battle that you initiate, you'll not be dead, you will be revived. Then followed by if there are enemy with evil thoughts detection 3 blocks around you, damage you receive will be reduced by 15%. Okay, so it's pretty sweet. She basically kind of like a inbuilt mechanism. She has death low survivability, and she has kind of like a miracle or lesser miracle that has damage reduction when you're standing near enemies with evil thoughts detections, and the range is quite far. It's 3 blocks. It's unlike previous older hero where you need to stand 2 blocks around them. So I gotta say it's pretty good, pretty awesome. Okay, let's repeat again. So number 1, when you initiate battle, if you will die from this battle, you'll survive this damage blow you receive once per battle only. And number 2, if there are enemy with evil thoughts detection 3 blocks around you, the damage you receive will be reduced by 15%. So yeah, so how the combo goes is you'll be casting your talent evil thoughts detections on either the healer or the tanker of the enemy team, and then followed by the next turn when you go for the kill, you'll be casting your AA to move advance forward, and then you'll be standing near the healer or tanker of the team, but you will not be attacking the one with evil thoughts detection. You'll be attacking the rest of the party. And okay, you don't have to worry about that. After you manage to kill off the important members of the team, even if Tatalia dies, you don't have to worry too much about it. I mean, she fulfilled her task, and I gotta say, she has a high chance that she'll survive incoming attacks because she's giving debuff to the enemies. All right, moving to active skills. Okay, so when you cast these skills, it will increase your crit chance by 30%. That's a lot. These skills will ignore guard, and ranged soldiers you bring will attack together. The damage times you can deal will be the same on the target skills that has the highest damage, ranging from lowest 1.3 times to highest 2 times. Okay, what it means here is that basically by default, this skills has no number of time of damage, unlike the previous skills that we mentioned, like breaking evil theorem, which deals, malicious cracking, which deals 1.4 times damage to target by default itself. So this 3C skills damage times is based on the target enemy that you fight. So for example, for example, if you choose Bozo has a life stealing skills, the Soul Reaper, the one with the death side icon, the purple icon skill. Sorry if I get the name wrong. So it's gonna be dealing 1.3 or 1.4 times damage against enemy, and the rest of the skill, let's say, is AoE skills, dealing 0.4 times, 5 times. So compared among all the skills, the single target skills deal the highest. So for example, it is dealing 1.3 times. So yep, you'll be picking that skills which according among of the skill is the highest skill damage. So this 3C skills will be copying or duplicating the damage and put it on to yourself. So this 3C will become the highest damage. However, there's a cap limit, and it has a cap limit for the minimum and highest. The minimum is 1.3 times and the highest is capped at 2 times. So that's a meaning. And last but not least, and after battle, you heal HP based on 30% of the damage you do against enemy. So yeah, she's pretty cool. She has act again skills for herself, inbuilt mechanism, and she has self-healing. So she has very great survivability throughout the battle. So that's very strong. So right, let's repeat again. Number 1, increase crit chance by 30%. Number 2, ignore guard for this attack, and ranged soldiers you bring will attack together. 3, the damage you deal is based on the target skills enemies with the highest damage amount, ranging from lowest 1.3 times to highest 2 times. Then 4th, after battle heal HP based on 30% of the damage deal. So yeah, basically I'm going to say Tatalia is definitely the power pack of this banner. She do a lot of damage, and she's an assassin. She has a lot of skills that bypass guard. So even if enemy choose tankers, that's not any issue for her. So right, we have come to the end. What did you guys think about Tatalia? Is she still top tier, normal, or not so great in your opinion? You can leave it down in the comment sections below. We will see you guys on the next part of the video featuring the demo play of Neem and Tatalia. This is Kami. See you guys and goodbye. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.